how to heal anything in your life today on Awakening with Amy. Hi, welcome. I'm Amy Valentine, certified life coach, hoping to awaken within you a mindset that you can be, do, and have any desire. And today we're going to talk all things healing. It's a new year. It's 2024. We often, say we're going to make resolutions and all that. Well, this video is not going to be about that. It's going to be, the basis of it is, what is the core, what is the power of healing? What does it really mean? And, it's with a very heavy heart that I tell you all that my precious dog, Ezzy, that I adopted 2 years ago, passed on. She's on to her next role just a couple days ago. She crossed over on 12/31/23. And it was very sudden. It happened within 24 hours. She wasn't sick. It was just poof. She was here and then gone. So, gone physically anyway. So I don't want this to be a bummer. I just want to give you a little background. I think I'll talk more about this and more on my dog and my life with her, so it can help any of you that are in grieving the loss of a pet. But I really wanted to make this video more general, to apply to all kinds of healing, not just the grieving of our precious animals. Because I think at the core, all pain is the same. It's turning away from the love that we are, the love that they gave us, right? Wanting things to be different. That's what pain is. That's what all disease is not knowing who we really are. And that disease, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain or a diagnosis, is showing us where we are out of alignment, right, with our true self, our true core, which is love and connection, instead of separation and fear. It's really important not to, this is the crux of all pain, all fear, all desiring things to be different, all negative emotion, is non-acceptance, is giving this event, whether it's like a physical thing going on with you, or like I'm dealing with it, which is an emotional loss of my pet. It's all just telling you, showing you in the moment, because creation is only ever now. We are new in every moment. It's only showing you what you're putting your focus and attention on. And it's judging by the appearances of things and not honoring the multidimensional aspects of reality, of who we really are, right? So all healing really is about a return to love, not wanting things to change so then I can feel better. But it's a returning to that unconditional love of who we really are, of God, of Source, and knowing that our lower mind can't really grasp why things are happening, but the higher mind always knows the way. And it's about trusting that. And I have to be honest with you, that's the only thing right now, because it's so new, it's only been a couple days, that's getting me through this, is trusting. I'm letting myself feel all my feelings. And this is the whole crux of how you heal anything, is you're not really healing it. You're turning towards your wholeness. And when you're whole and when you're loving, you let yourself feel anything without judging it. You let yourself cry. You let yourself be angry. You let yourself feel it, the loss, without making a story around it, without creating a story of, I must have done something wrong. Because don't we always feel that way? Whether we lose, I have a client right now, a beautiful, beautiful woman who lost her child at 35 weeks. And, that's what we do to ourselves in the grieving process. We say, God, there must have been something wrong with me that I lost my baby or my dog, or I got this illness, right? So we have to think that's the lower mind. We have to think around that. Let those thoughts just kind of chatter on, but know that when they feel off, it's because they're off. They're not in alignment with who you really are and where you're going. And only the higher mind can guide you around those thoughts. And the lower mind, like Bashar says, is not designed to know where you're going, where you need to be, or why things are happening. It is only designed to know what is happening right now, right? So Bashar says, trust in the now moment. Here's a direct quote. The now moment, right? It is delivering everything you need to go where you want to go. It is delivering everything you need. Now, the ego is going to tell you, that sounds ridiculous, right? Because the ego just doesn't understand the love, the unconditional love. It only understands fear. So it's just being more aware of that, being more aware of who you really are, and that there is really no death, like Abraham Hicks says. There is no loss. That pet is of a different vibrational caliber than humans, meaning pets, this is Abraham Hicks teaching, that pets come into our lives to catapult us into more, to our expansion. And when they make their transition, it's for us. They're not conditional. They don't fear death because they know there is no such thing as death. So it's up to us to decide and choose how we want to see it. What is our relationship to this loss? Are we going to define it as limiting and, debilitating? Or are we going to question our belief in loss? Why am I holding on to this belief in loss? Well, usually it's going to be, well, if I don't grieve, if I don't cry, if I'm not depressed, then that somehow means I didn't love my dog. And that's just bogus. I mean, even when I say that out loud, it's just bogus because it doesn't feel good. And that's how you know. It's your guidance. So Bashar says the evolution of freedom is freeing yourself from all negative meanings, and that we are here to decide and choose moment to moment what everything means. And I'm saying to you that only freedom is giving it a positive meaning, even though it doesn't feel positive in the moment, right? All who came before me, are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. John 10:8. All that came before me, before your I am, before your eternal nature, your pure essence of love, right, are thieves and robbers because they're not real. And that's what the Course in Miracles was saying, that, that nothing is real but love, right? So we have to question any fear-based belief and decide our relationship to it. And that's really the only way to heal anything. It's really a paradox. You're not really trying to heal it. You're remembering your wholeness. And that's what healing really is, despite the conditions, whether they're physical or emotional. In spite of that loved one crossing over or your family pet crossing over, you can't, that's what Jesus meant, judge not by the appearances, because you can't possibly, because your physical mind can't. It's not designed to do that, right? It's our higher mind that knows the way. So that's what we have to keep shining a light on, right? So Bashar has sort of like a formula. It's called the AAA formula to heal any emotional pain. And the first step is acknowledge it, right? Sounds annoying, especially when you're going through it, but you have to acknowledge that pain. If you try to run from it, try to fight it, try to, escape it, it just gets bigger, right? It's only in the acceptance acknowledgement that of what is happening, can you then hear the higher call? Okay. And then he says, appreciate the moment, appreciate it all. Not appreciate like, oh, I'm so grateful this happened, or I like it. No. He's saying appreciation in the sense of there must be a higher reason for this, and I need to trust that. And that's it. Don't even go beyond that, because, it's very difficult to feel grateful and appreciative when something is happening that you don't want to happen. So it's not about the looks of things. It's about going back to the love of who you really are and knowing that there must be some reason it's happening now, and it must be for me. It's not happening to me. It must be happening for me. And number 3 in his AAA formula is allowing. Allow what needs to happen to happen. When you allow, it's sort of like you're letting go of the resistance. I'm not saying the resistance isn't going to show up. It is. But you let go by allowing what is to be what it is. And resist the urge to give it a negative meaning. Right? So like when I'm walking around my house and I miss my dog, because in every room of my house, there's a bed or a blanket or something that reminds me of her, I can choose in moment to moment not to fix my feelings or try to, deny that she's not physically here. But I have a choice in every moment from what vantage point I can see this, that she is still here in non-physical form guiding me, or I can choose to hold on to the grief. Right? So it's like that David R. Hawkins thing, in his book, Letting Go, I think it's called Letting Go, that feel every emotion fully until it ends, and it will end. Right? Moment to moment. It's like a wave in the ocean. Let yourself feel it. Letting yourself be with every emotion without judging yourself is love. Right? At least I think that's what real love is. It's unconditional love. Just let yourself be with it. So let's end with a quote from A Course in Miracles. Appearances deceive because they are appearances and not reality. Dwell not on them in any form. They but obscure reality, and they bring fear because they hide the truth. The appearances of things hide the truth, the higher truth, that we are always together. We are always one. We are one with God, with Source. We're whole and perfect, no matter what is showing up in your body or your emotions or in your physical reality. Trust not in the appearances, right? Jesus said, judge not by the appearances, because because you can't. The physical mind doesn't have the capacity to judge righteously, but your higher mind does. And that is truly the path to healing. It's not really a path. It's a decision, moment to moment, every single day, to choose higher, right? And then allow what needs to happen, no matter what it looks like. And you give yourself that gift. You trust that process. And I'm already feeling better right now. It's just, that it lightens you up. So I hope this helps. And I'll delve more into this. This is just a beginning of, doing some videos on healing and wholeness and, how to focus on our fulfillment instead of what seems like we're losing in this life. And it's really about examining all those fear-based beliefs and returning to that love. That's what true healing really is, returning to the gifts that those loved ones gave us, returning to the wholeness that you are, regardless of the appearances in your body or your mind right now. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bearing with me. This is not an easy video for me to do today, but I feel the love of you all. I feel the love of my dog and my 2 new adopted kittens that I just adopted. So thank you, everybody. And until next time, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.